And, well, my name is Sven Moyer. This is um, Missing Stars. My illustrious colleague here is known as Terry Candlestick. But I will,
Hello. I
yes, go
just
ahead,
shaved
Terry.
today.
You
I
just
don't look like
shaved.
a homeless man anymore. Oh
My.
my. Hey, give it a few months.
Very nice.
Yes,
All
thank
right
you.
then.
Oh,
All right then. Shall we go ahead and get on into it?
yes.
All right, then let's go ahead and do it. A shaft of pale sunlight wakes me from my shallow sleep. My shallow, restless sleep before my alarm. Despite the bright morning sun, my room feels chilly and I shiver in my thin pajamas. I wonder if it is. I wonder if it is actually. I wonder if it actually is chilly, or if the endless cycle of negative thoughts in my head is just making me think it is. You'd think the room would retain heat better, with the window being 3 times thicker than I'm used to. But it might as well just be a hole in the wall. Not even a single day here, and that window's thickness is already bothering me. It's such a small detail, I'm not even sure I'd have noticed it had it not been pointed out. But now I just can't seem to stop thinking about it.
I have a question about the
Oh,
window. Is
what
it
is the question?
triple paned or is it just triple thickness? Because window panes do come in a number of different thicknesses. I noticed from working at a hardware store and actually having to cut some glass for
Mhm.
people. So now I'm curious if it's just one pane of really thick glass or if it's just three panes. Because if it's three panes of thinner glass, making it 3 times as thick, it would retain heat really well. So if it's actually that cold in there, just be one really thick pane of glass, which is going to do jack hole.
I mean, there's also another thing. The material around the window looks like it's made of metal.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's going to conduct heat like crazy.
yeah. Not to mention the draft. The draft is just
Yeah.
blowing right through it with all the holes.
Yeah. It it's probably one thick pane of glass,
That's
honestly.
no good.
Yeah, that's not going to do much.
Yes, I do. Oh, look, the pane of glass is so damn cold. It looks like it's just a sheet of ice. Wow,
Yeah.
no wonder it's not keeping heat in.
I roll out of my bed and try opening the thick pane of glass window. It's heavy, but it does open. Why wouldn't it? They said my room had been fitted for a low risk student. Like
thick
the
that thick glass is for low risk. What
yeah.
does a high risk student have? Just
They probably have like bars.
they have
They probably have
bars.
bars over the window.
The glass
Someone
is
comes
like
in and like yeah, yeah, and then at night someone comes in, they get like tied to their bed and like shackle around their neck, keeping them in place.
and the
So
gla-
like chomp they're like
and the glass is like 12 times thickness.
they're just trying to bite the people putting them in the
It's
bed all the
yes.
entire time. It's like that one guy. Uh, the air streaming in through the cracks smells faintly of fresh cut grass and dew. It's numbingly cold, but I let it linger for a moment. Just as much as having the window here is the first place. Just as much as having the window here in the first place feels stifling. Knowing that it can be opened feels relatively comforting. A small measure of control over my life. Tiny and inconsequential, maybe, but it's something.
If you want more control, ask for a plant. You get to water it or let
Ooh.
it die. So much power and
Oh,
control.
so much. I take one final deep breath, and I had to clear my head and shut the window, and then shut the window.
I thought you said you're gonna. I thought you were gonna say dive out the window.
Then dive out the window head first, like Laura Croft in Tomb Raider.
Whee!
For those of you who don't know, in the original like Tomb Raider games, you could have Laura do a dive, and there were like 2 or 3 places where you actually had to have her dive. But if you dove from too high, just onto ground, she'd break her neck.
For real?
Yeah,
You
your body would be all splayed out.
The bad guys come by. Hey, who's this hot chick?
What happened to this lady?
Why is that window open?
What happened to this Erik guy?
She. This lady should have been a student at Dympha Academy.
Yeah. Like Santa Claus comes, the professor comes over, like just puts Eric's neck where it's supposed to be, holds it down a little bit, taps his neck, and Erik sort of like sits up and goes, Control's fine and all, but it probably isn't worth coming back to a freezing room. I should get ready for school. No sense in getting all mopey about nothing before I even get started. I put on my glasses and check my phone for the time. 6:55. Just too late to get a bit more sleep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it says.
I know. Well, people don't write that. They just say it.
People don't write "arg" when they're dying. They just say it. But it says it. And then the animator died.
From a sudden heart attack.
With an involuntary groan, I grabbed my clothes bag to hit the shower. By the time I'd come back clean and dressed, someone sent me a text message.
It's Beatrice.
Morning,
She says,
Erik!
"It's Beatrice." She says, "Get on with it."
Get on with it! Oh, great! I got a message from my other sister, Hilda.
Get on with it. God damn.
Damn. Wait, what? Okay, now I'm getting a call. What is going on here?
That the dad?
Who is God? Okay, who is this? Get on with it! Morning, Erik. Sleep well? Cheer up no matter what. Heart. Hope you have a wonderful day. I know you'll make a ton of friends. The rest is just a bunch of emoji that, if nothing else, represents her perfect. I stare at the screen until it turns itself off, wondering what I should send in return. It did feel good to read. It's nice to know she cares. It's just, no matter how much I try to force on a smile and absorb some of Beatrice's enthusiasm through her text, I just can't bring myself to feel that kind of cheer. It's not even like I'm really sad. More like emotionally neutral. Numb. I turn the screen back on and tap out a quick reply. Slept okay. Thanks. Talk to you later. Smiley face.
For some reason, that makes me remember this GIF. It's a penguin with what's it, a machete photoshopped into its flipper, and the caption says, "Slept like shit, so I'll be choosing violence today."
The penguin chose violence. There. I even add a little smiley face at the end so she doesn't worry too much. Now I'm feeling illiterate as well as disingenuous. Good start to the day, if there ever was one. Giving the rest of the room one final look over to make sure I haven't forgotten anything, I grab my bag and the map from my bedside table and set out to my first class. Despite it already being after 7, the male dorm courtyard is almost as empty right now as it was last night. I thought there'd be a crowd of students moving in the general direction of the school, but far as I can see, the few that are out seem content to sit on benches and chat. A few are even jogging around in tracksuits. Don't these guys have class in a little bit? I shuffle slowly through the courtyard, throwing the occasional glance this way and that to see if anyone looks like they're in any kind of hurry. More and more students are leaving the dorms, and they're all moving around here and there, but there's no prevailing direction in their movement. Some acknowledge my presence, waving or smiling at me as I pass. I smile back and nod, but nothing much more than that. Either I'm missing something about campus culture, or being late for first period is standard around here. Actually, scratch that. It's probably just first day nerves on my part. The anxiety over getting to my first class on time is overbearing. Either way, I think I'd better get moving. Wouldn't have anything to say to them anyway. After deciding against eating in the crowded cafeteria and taking breakfast in the form of a vending machine cereal bar, I drift back into the lobby to see if I can remember the way to my form room. As I enter, I feel a surge of relief as I see a familiar face for the first time that morning. A teacher, Miss Clays. It looks as though she's waiting for someone, standing amidst a gaggle of other students and looking around. Apparently, she was waiting for me, as when our eyes make contact, she walks briskly in my direction, a stern expression on her face. The students instinctively part before her and merge back together in her wake. Surely I'm not already in trouble. Erik, I'm glad you found your way here. I wasn't sure if you'd been shown the way, so I thought it best to wait for you here. It seems I'm not in trouble as I'd feared, despite her almost frightening expression and short, clipped manner of speech. Oh, thank you, but you didn't have to. Ella showed me where it was yesterday. Well, plus, I have a map. I don't have any paper on me. She gives me a curt nod and chimes her approval with a small, Good, good. Glad to hear Ella did a good job introducing you to the building. Shall we be off then? With only the most cursory pause for me to confirm, she turns on her heel and starts walking away briskly as briskly as she approached. Apparently, she still wants to walk me to my form room. I hurry along, but her pace is faster than mine, forcing me to half-hop, awkwardly to match her. Within a few seconds, she glances around at me and seems to notice my struggling, her expression shifting to become more apologetic. She slows to a much more comfortable pace, and I'm able to catch up and walk next to her instead of trailing behind. As we walk up a set of stairs, I feel my palms start to sweat a little. I hadn't realized how nervous I was, but I honestly have no idea what to expect from this place. I don't know what's going to be expected of me when we reach the form room. Will I have to introduce myself? The sharp clack-clack of Miss Clace's heels echo against the stone walls, for some reason bringing the ticking of a time bomb to my mind. As we reach the top of the stairs and enter another corridor, rather more clinical than the last, she seems to pick up on my nerves, cocking her head as she looks at me. Expression softens somewhat. Nervous? Despite her apparent concern, her voice remains quite harsh. I suppose I can forgive her. I wouldn't know how to behave in her shoes. Honestly, yeah. That's perfectly understandable. It's completely natural to feel nervous in a new situation. I can tell Miss Clace is genuinely trying to reassure me, but she isn't very good at it. It comes off as feeling sort of forced and awkward, especially in circumstances like these. Yeah, no kidding. But I assure you, you really have nothing to worry about. All introductions are quite relaxed. Miss Clace stops in front of a door, and turns to me. She glances at the door, then to me, then to the door, then to me, and asks what you need again. To my surprise, she actually gives me a small smile. I wasn't sure if this would be something she was capable of at all. With nothing but a terse nod as acknowledgement, she opens the door and steps inside. I only noticed the noise that had been coming from the classroom in its absence, as it dies down almost immediately. I stare at the doorway. It's now or never. I take a deep breath in a failed attempt to steady my nerves and follow the teacher inside, where she's already begun to address class. The classroom is just as you'd expect of a normal classroom. There's desks, a large blackboard, and students dressed in the same red uniform as me. There must only be 12 students in this class, including me. Miss Clace makes 13.
Oh, it's not Friday, is it?
That's the witchy number. Oh no.
Oh no. That's a
We're gonna be
baker's
sacrificed.
dozen. She's going to eat us! She's gonna glaze us and dip us in chocolate and pour sprinkles on us.
Chocolate? Chocolate?
With and without nuts.
Chocolate!
Chocolate! Chocolate!
I forget what that's supposed to be from.
I think that's Death Note.
No, I know that, but I mean the original reference.
The
audio's
I
from.
have no idea. But apparently somebody either did not or did very much like chocolate.
I mean, the with or without nuts sort of sounds like the starfish from what is it?
Limp Bizkit?
Oh,
The Limp Bizkit song, Chocolate Starfish?
SpongeBob. But
You
I've
made
never seen the show.
Patrick!
Yeah, I've never seen the show. I just have had like people who have referenced it. Evidently, season 1 and 2 are actually pretty good, and then everything after that kind of goes downhill.
Yeah.
There's evidently a character named Sandy Cheeks or something.
Okay.
A few students chatting to each other wrap up their conversation as Miss Clace takes her place at the front of the class. I'm left awkwardly standing by the door. Okay, class. Today we're holding an introduction. So let's all move to the relaxation room. Relaxation room? What kind of classroom is this? The students seem to know what this is, and all stand before making their way to a door in the back of the classroom. Miss Clace turns her attention to me and beckons me to follow her. I follow obediently, walking to the relaxation room behind her, hoping she doesn't have a dagger or a kris or something.
No, it's just a whole bunch of ASMR.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, you see that girl on the far right? Oh, she was the sacrifice last time.
The one with the white hair, the one that kind of looks like she could be a vampire?
No, the one that got bitten by that girl who has her arm in his thing because she can't feel her arm anymore.
Yeah, that's right. And now they're best buddies.
Mm-hmm. Well, now she's her familiar. She ate her soul.
That's what it is.
See,
I think I know what the redhead on the left has. I think her disorder is an eating disorder.
Gasp.
She just can't stop.
So she drinks all the blood?
She drinks all the everything.
Oh no.
And I can make those jokes because I'm fat too.
The room is about half the size of the classroom, painted in neutral, warm colors, and dotted with small bookshelves and tables, and a pentagram of blood on the ground. Oh no.
Oh,
A circle of
no.
chairs has been formed in the center of the classroom over the pentagram. Some of the students have already taken seats at the star's points, while a few more are content to choose seats outside of the circle. There's a girl over there listening to music. Is that allowed? I wonder. I'd much rather take a seat at the edge and listen to music, but I guess it's not really an introduction if I'm as far away from everyone's attention as I can be. I've already taken a seat between a couple of classmates, but others are taking their time over it. This process takes a lot longer than I expected. A few students seem unsure as to where they want to sit, but Miss Clay seems fine waiting for them. Once everyone's seated, Miss Clace begins speaking. Okay, everyone, as I said, we'll be holding an introduction for our new students today, so I'll explain the rules. Rules? What the... Miss Clace looks down at a small pillow in her arm. This is the talking pillow. We'll be passing it around the circle. If you're holding the pillow, you can introduce yourself if you like. If not, you can pass it along by hitting the person to your right.
Right in the face.
As hard as you can.
This is the sorting pillow. This is the sorting pillow. You hold it and it sorts you into your house.
That's good, Erik. You understand. Now, those of you who don't introduce themselves sufficiently, the sorting pillow is going to be pressed over your face until you stop moving.
And you will be sorted into house
House Mort.
Yes, House Mortis.
Yes. Then we'll use you in the ritual, resurrect you from the dead.
From the Lazarus pit, no less.
This has got to be the strangest introduction I've found myself in. People already being resurrected from the dead.
And now we know why that girl has her arm in the sling. She's still recovering from the Lazarus pit.
Yeah, as it turns out, they just have to throw them in there full force. It broke her arm. Is this the norm here? We're gonna run into zombies? I'll begin. I'm Miss Dracula Clace, and I'll be your homeroom teacher. I've been teaching for many years, and my hobbies include reading and puzzles and not going out in direct sunlight. The class is quiet for a moment before Miss Clace passes the pillow to her right. The student immediately passes it on again, apparently unwilling to introduce themselves and willing to be resurrected in the Lazarus pit.
I guess I'll do her.
Do you want to? Yeah, go for it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amelia. I'm in the Doki Doki Literature Club. That's pretty much all I do.
Just Monica. Amalia considers adding more before passing the pillow further along. We spend the next 20 minutes passing the pillow around the circle and introducing ourselves through pillow talk. Some simply say their name, while others take some time to explain why their favorite food is their favorite. It seems so, childish. Before long, the pillow is in my hands, and all eyes are on me. Oh, shit. They're not judging. I mean, or expectant. Some are even bored. Is that one girl giving me a grin? I'm Erik. I used to love hiking. And geography, too, I guess. And just like that, my introduction is over. Maybe I was hyping this up too. I pass the pillow along to Fran. He likes steak and goes to the newspaper club. He seems like a pretty nice guy, actually. The next girl suddenly makes me feel the urge to check the date. Well, not her directly. Her outfit is what makes me puzzle the era in which I'm standing. For while it is clearly a Saint Dympha uniform, it has been accessorized. The lacy hat and frilly parasol complement the petticoats peeking out from under her skirts. I appreciate for a moment. She looks around, slightly confused for a moment, then puts down the pillow.
Name.
A whisper from Fran to the girl seems to do the job. Name? At first, she seems confused before her face lights up, as if she puts two and two together. Oh, that's the other one's Amelia.
Yeah.
Oh, off of mine. I'm Agatha Schultz-Rhine. She falls quiet. She falls silent, still holding the pillow.
Pass it along, love.
Fran whispers again. Slightly embarrassed, she hands it off to the next girl and shrinks back into herself. After a few more introductions, few of which I will remember after that display, the pillow is handed back to Miss Clays. All right, class. That was very good. We'll split into some smaller groups now. More introductions? Miss Clays splits us into groups of 4 and encourages us to each ask each other icebreaker questions. Whatever those are. I don't really get the point of all of this, but I guess I have to play along. Luckily, one of the people in the group seems happy to talk about herself at length. What about you, Erik? Huh? What was that? Sorry. What's your ideal job? Oh, I'm not sure, really. I never really think about that. Same here, to be honest.
I think I'd like to be an investment banker.
An investment banker? Ah, that's interesting.
Interesting? How?
I'd have guessed that most people would have chosen something exotic is all.
Why is that?
Her tone is getting sharper with each response. Did I mess up? I'm not sure, really.
Just because we're here doesn't mean we can't do normal stuff, you know, Erik.
Oh no, that's not what I meant.
What's wrong with wanting to do investments, anyway?
Crap. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Oh man. What should I do? Erik, Amalia. Now I'm in trouble. Great. Amalia, I'm sure Erik misspoke. He didn't mean to imply that. Right, Erik? Right. I'm sorry. Amalia opens her mouth to respond, but reconsiders for a second.
You're right. I'm sorry.
That's fine, Amalia. Introductions can be stressful for everyone. Are you two okay now?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah. Again, sorry.
It's fine. Let's just get on with the introduction stuff, and then you and I can go on a date.
Right. The introductions continue. Frog likes ham sandwiches. Nikolaus wants to be a lawyer, and Amalia likes swimming in lakes. After a tedious hour of carefully choosing my words, my first period at St. Dympha's is over. Thank God. I follow everyone back into the classroom as Miss Clays had instructed in an attempt to find myself a seat. Most of the students around me, and all of those directly adjacent to my desk, get up to move off to their next lesson. I remain where I am. I have maths with Miss Glaze. The classroom quickly fills up with other students again. This time, it looks like the desk next to mine by the window might be occupied. A girl enters the classroom and makes a beeline right for it. As she notices me, she falters, visibly shocked. It seems my new and unexpected presence might not be entirely welcome. She regains her composure quickly, though fixing back her resolutely neutral expression and taking her seat by the window without saying a word to me or, aside from the slightest hesitation, acknowledging my existence at all. First thing that catches my eye about her is how little she catches my eye. Sitting still and staring out the window, oblivious to the rest of the class, wearing a hoodie rather than the standard blazer everyone else seems to wear. I wonder how she gets away with it. Despite being out of uniform, she almost blends into the wall, as if she hadn't sat next to me. I doubt I would have noticed her at all.
You know,
She
that
hadn't
kind
looked
of is weird. There's a lot of people in the previous scene who didn't have on like the red the blazer or whatever. Did you notice that? It was like people just in like white shirts.
Yeah, I think she's standing out because she's wearing a red hoodie. So it's not like she just left the blazer on her, like, the back of her chair. She's just wearing a completely different and unauthorized, from his perspective, piece of clothing in lieu of what is normally dress code.
That makes me think that Nicolaus, who wants to be a lawyer, should just run in and be like, "Objection!"
Objection! Overruled!
Yeah, that's what Mrs. Klaus says. Overruled!
Overruled. Now
You
get
can
the hell
dress
out.
how you want to, including nothing at all.
Like me.
Stripper Klaus!
Just has a pole behind the podium.
Woohoo!
I support single teachers. Geez, I mean, with how little teachers get paid these days and how much work they have to do, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, really. Especially in America.
Yeah. That's right. Welcome to America.
America.
The land of where school districts have to buy apartments to give to their teachers as, like, effectively dorms, just so they can actually have a house to live in.
Sure.
Ridiculous. She hasn't looked my way at all, and the fancy-looking metallic headphones in her ears make trying a verbal introduction seem foolish. I'm not sure why I'm focused on this girl over any other students in the class, but her hoodie camouflage doesn't seem to be working on me. Miss Clays taps the whiteboard and clears her throat for the class's attention. Okay, so today we'll be reviewing the material we covered in the previous lesson. These worksheets, she brandishes a sheaf of papers, comprise a thorough test of it all, to be finished by the end of the lesson, please. As she starts handing them down the class, she looks at me, an expression of realization on her face. Erik, of course. You won't know what we covered last time. Would you like to partner up with someone? Take your pick. I imagine it would be good to get to know some of your fellows. I'm not sure what to say except sure, which I do, sheepishly. Sure.
Okay.
Scanning the material on the sheet Miss Glaze has placed in front of me, it doesn't seem to be too challenging. Maths isn't exactly my forte, but this is relatively simple stuff. I might have missed the previous lesson, but it's nothing I can't handle on my own. Still, it wouldn't hurt to partner up, introduce myself, socialize a bit. Tell someone that investment banking is not exotic enough. almost get my head caved in. That would be the normal thing to do. Well, who knows what normal is here? Might as well try, though.
Need to make
The
sure
girl
that
next.
everyone knows that 1 + 1 is 11. I mean, duh.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put a 1 and a 1 next to each other. I mean, it's obvious.
I know, man.
All these stupid people saying, ew, jeez.
Gosh. Freaking idiots. Gosh.
Yeah. The girl next to me is still staring out the window, the muffled and tiny beat from her headphones bleeding into the room around her, barely audible to me over the noise of the class. Presumably in time with the music she's listening to, her fingers are drumming out a beat on the desk in front of her. Actually, it looks more like someone playing an imaginary piano than imaginary drums. Fingers appear spider-like, splayed across the desk. Are we saying she has a specific interest?
I think she might be Spider Girl.
Gasp! She's Spider-Girl. She looks hanging upside down and wearing... She's got lots of white on, too. Oh.
Well, she does have the red. Spider Girl.
Oh my God.
Spider Girl.
I wonder if she's aware that she's doing that. Let's really be into whatever she's listening to. In my direction, in my distraction, it seems like everyone else in the class has already partnered up or started to work themselves, leaving this girl as my only choice. Working with someone who wants so strongly to go unnoticed probably isn't a good idea. And I'm sure I could take care of the simple-looking worksheet by myself, but Miss Clace did seem very keen for me to work with a partner. I wonder if she'd even hear me if I talked to her. Hello. You have to start with hello. She turns her head in my direction, though still doesn't face me properly. Instead, she focuses on some spot on the wall behind me. It's not much, but at least she's noticed my presence and is no longer gazing absent-mindedly out the window. I can already feel that this is going to be difficult. I'm Erik. In a daring move, I stretch out my hand in introduction. She grabs my hand and my arm, bites into my wrist, and starts drinking my blood. Everybody in this school's a vampire.
Everyone's a
There's some
vampire.
version there. Yeah. The look of confusion and surprise in her face is almost pitiful. The girl looks worried and shocked beyond belief, turning away from me again. Is this some great unforgivable faux pas I was unaware of? I'm about to withdraw my hand and apologize when she gingerly grabs it through her sleeve. She shakes my hand with just her thumb and index finger so delicately that if I hadn't watched it happen, I might not have noticed before abruptly dropping it and withdrawing. Somehow she looks more surprised than before. Her eyebrows look like they're almost about ready to fly over her face. She stares at her own hand as if she had committed some foul act of betrayal. Aside from in that one brief moment of shock, she still hasn't looked me in the eye. I feel pretty bad for worrying her and trying to think of a way to move the conversation past this. Nice headphones. Clearly noticing my attempt to move past my initial horrific mistake, she turns in my direction again and smiles haltingly, looking only a little less hesitant than before, but this time definitely and deliberately looking me in the eye. Once again, I notice the music faintly leaking out. It may be just that it's very faint, but I don't recognize it at all. What are you listening to? She shrugs and looks thoughtful for a moment. Sliding her headphones out of her ears, she moves to get something out of her bag. Maybe it's time to give up. She really isn't going to communicate with me. But then from her bag, she pulls out the smartphone her headphones are connected to and shows me the screen. There's a music player open, and I catch a glimpse of what she's listening to. I've never heard of the artist, and the album art, a photo of a couple of people sitting on a cliff by the sea, doesn't give anything away about the type of music. Oh, cool. What do you say in this situation? It's not like I'm going to get a response if I ask what kind of music it is. Do you like it?
She says,
Clearly
"No,
judging.
I hate listen to it."
Yeah, this is the worst. Can't stand this. It's a punishment for Miss Clace. That's right, young lady. You'll like it.
You're listening, you'll like it. You have to hate listen.
It's just that one song that's used in like Navy SEAL like interrogation videos and like stuff like that. Clearly, judging from her expression, she understands the problem in communication as well. Nonetheless, her only response is to nod once and smile almost imperceptibly. Being unable to think of anywhere else to take the conversation, I change tack and tap the worksheet on my desk with a pencil. You want to work on these together? She nods again. She seems to be getting over the initial shock of me talking to her and her touching me, but anything else about her is difficult to gauge. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to work on these together, seeing as she's apparently incapable of speech. Alright, let's divide up the work, I suppose. I do odd-numbered questions, you do evens? Without a word, she nods one final time, takes a copy of the sheet from me, scans the second question for only a few seconds, and starts scribbling nonchalantly on the page in front of her workbook. Doesn't exactly look like she's writing. Her hand movements are weirdly erratic, but who am I to say? Seems like she's glad to have an excuse to not interact anymore. Okay then. I sigh and settle down to do my work, with only the occasional glance at the strange girl sitting next to me. A quarter of an hour later, I'm in the middle of my worksheet. I'm in the middle of my work. As I'm in the middle of my work, a sheet of paper falls unceremoniously onto my desk. I look at the mysterious girl and at the mysterious neighbor who's already staring out the window once more. Headphones back in her ears, I take a look at her worksheet. The edges of the paper are covered in small doodles and scribblings. Apparently, that's how this girl works. Nevertheless, she's managed to finish all of the even-numbered questions. And here I thought she wasn't doing any work. I finish up quickly and pass my answers to her. Sorry, I don't know if it's all right. Seems simple enough, though. Without even acknowledging me, she turns to her desk and starts writing again. After a minute of copying down my answers, she stands up and walks to the front of the class and hands Miss Clace our work. Once Miss Clace has thanked her, she seems to hesitate, glancing furtively in the direction of my desk. I feel like I shouldn't be watching her, so I look out the window instead, keep her in my peripheral vision. After a few seconds of consideration, she seems to come to a decision. She heads back over to her desk and sits down again. She takes a deep breath and glances at me once again. I don't think she knows I can see her, as I'm doing a good job of keeping her exclusively out of my direct line of sight. After another few seconds, I get up strangely tense. After another few seconds that feels strangely tense, she exhales, shakes her head, stands up, grabs her bag, and exit swiftly.
There's it beats me over the head with it.
I look up at the clock. Still 10 minutes of the lesson to go, but Miss Clay said nothing about that. Said nothing about the girl leaving early. The girl, huh? I didn't even learn her name. I don't know how to feel about what just happened. Somehow, despite having done very little, I feel exhausted. First period isn't even over yet. I sink into my chair, ready to admit defeat. Is every day gonna be as awkward as this is? The cafeteria is already half full by the time I make it, so I don't even need to limp all the way inside to tell. You can hear the students inside already talking right from the hallway. I'd hoped for some half-empty table, but wherever I look, it's just people sitting and talking. Some converse over their food. Others are shouting jokes and insults to friends on the other side of the room. A few actually look like they've finished and just don't feel like getting up. A line of students holding out trays and clutching handfuls of plastic utensils stretches through the hall, all chattering excitedly at each other. Before coming here, I had had this mental image of patients queuing up at an institution, lining in their sterile gowns for the nurse to fill their little polystyrene cups with their ration of color-coded pills.
Very Hollywood.
I knew that it... Yeah. I knew that it couldn't be that bad, but part of me wouldn't believe that. I was afraid that coming here would bring it back up. But the reality just doesn't sustain it. That bleak fantasy demands an air of oppressive silence, but everyone here is so lively and active. It demands that it smell of antiseptic and bleach, but all I can make out is meat and pastries and sliced fruit. And that's great. That's better than great. It's reassuring. It's normal. So why do I feel like I can't blend in? Everyone's just so busy doing things that they know how to do, talking to people they're already friends with. Everyone looks like they have such clear direction, and I don't even know where to start. I'm not really with these people. What if we talk and they don't like me? What if they make fun of my limp? Just because their childish fears doesn't mean they don't matter. And it's not just that, too. They all look fine right now, but I just can't forget where I am. This place can't just be like any other school by definition. The rules for fitting in here can't be possibly the same. What if I make some terrible faux pas because I don't know how things work here and they take offense? Stop a few paces past the door before even taking my own tray. I don't need this headache right now. It's a little defeatist, but I genuinely think that at this point I'm just getting some fresh air would be better. Vending machine food was good enough for me this morning. If it means not having to sit down and hear, it's going to do just fine now. I didn't have that much of an appetite anyway. And I can always come back here once I've made myself a little more comfortable. I've got almost an entire year ahead of me of eating snack food out of a vending machine. There'd be nothing to gain from forcing myself over 10 more minutes. There's a sitting area next to the cafeteria, complete with benches and vending machines. A few students are gathered around it, but they seem to be going through pretty quickly. Pull out my wallet and get in line, hoping no one will try to talk. Thankfully, Most just take their sandwiches and leave rather than lingering around. Soon the corridor is left blissfully silent, and the only person beside me is the tall blonde girl in front of me on the line. She hums softly to herself as she approaches the machine. Thinking about it now, maybe she has been for a while, and it was just hard to hear because of everyone else. It's not something you normally notice, but she hums really well. I've heard people singing on purpose and not sounding so good. I lift my eyes to her in time to see she's reached down for her purse, but before she can pull out any change, she instead stops humming, turns around to face me. What draws my attention, though, is her eyes, or rather, eye. I can see she only has one, the left. The left. Piercing, golden brown, expertly made up, long mascaraed lashes. By contrast, if she even still has it, her right one is covered with a large, sterile medical bandage. Call it stupid, but my first instinct is to point it out somehow. Maybe ask her if she's okay. Because, she's got a bandage over her right eye. What if she hadn't noticed?
What's this thing over my face? This is a pillow?
You idiot! Luckily, I think better of it before I can open my mouth.
Would you like to go before me?
Is she talking to me? She's looking right at me. All signs seem to be pointing towards that being the case. No, it's all right. You go ahead.
Please, I insist. It's no problem. It's no trouble.
She steps aside and keeps quietly looking at me, motioning with her hand towards her place. Even when not humming, her voice is clear, has a clear musical quality. I'm not sure if she's making fun of me or if she's just being polite. I'm not going to give a gift horse. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth or the right eye. Moving forward, I pick a different kind of sandwich from yesterday and a bottle of lemonade to wash it down before sitting down on a nearby bench. I set aside the bottle and bite into my sandwich. But as soon as I've started to enjoy it, I'm interrupted by the girl.
Excuse me, would you mind if I sat here with you?
Looking up, I see her standing near the bench in front of me, daintily gesturing towards it as if intending to illustrate the concept of sitting. Mouth too full to do much but mumble. I make an indifferent shrug. She nods and then sets her purse slowly down on the bench and sits down. After today's class, her smile is warm and refreshingly friendly. She's examining me inscrutably with her one unbandaged eye. I get so absorbed in following her brown iris spinning around that by the time I've noticed her talking to me, she's already had to repeat herself once. What?
That sandwich.
She speaks in a patient tone.
Why did you choose it? The machine offers several kinds of sandwiches. Why did you pick this one?
What an odd question. I guess I could just not answer. But she looks perfectly serious. Besides, she did move aside from me in line. It'd be rude to stay silent now that I made it clear I did hear her. Let's see. I didn't have anything last night, and all I had for breakfast was a cereal bar. I don't know. I was hungry and it felt like a good choice. I mean, it's a sandwich, right? How bad could it be? Hard to screw something up like that.
You'd be surprised. You should see how my dad cooks. Oh goodness.
Why? What did he do? Did he like? Does he like to juggle knives or something?
Well, he doesn't understand that the first thing you do is open the bag. So every sandwich always has the plastic on it. Then he doesn't understand you should check for mold. So they're usually spotted with mold. Black, green, white. And then he doesn't understand that you need to fillet the fish and cook the fish before you slap it on the sandwich.
Does he at least understand that, like, you're supposed to, like, slaughter the animal before you put it on a sandwich?
Oh, we don't allow him knives.
Oh, no.
I see. Do you like it then?
Sure. It's, egg or something, I think. Got some vegetables in it. Definitely beats having nothing.
Hunger is the best sauce in the world, isn't it? That's what my dear old daddy says.
Oh God, she's oh, what is his name? Not Snake.
Boss?
No, he's from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh.
Spice?
Spike?
Spike. Yes.
He's a tall guy that knows Taekwondo or Jeet Kune Do or whatever.
Yeah.
Kicks the shit out of people.
Yeah, Jet is making food, and he's just like, all right, Spike. So, how's the food? He says, Spike says, it's terrible. He goes, what? But you're eating some, but I mean, sure, eating a lot of it.
Yeah,
like,
well, spice.
Got the best
hunger
spice.
is the. It's got the best spice. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he goes into the very end of the show.
Nom nom.
Yeah. Didn't even realize how hungry I was until now.
Don't you wish you had a penny for every time that happened? One moment you're having an interesting thought, and the next you look at the clock. You've already missed dinner.
Sorta? I just wish it'd been an interesting thought rather than just... I don't know. Not feeling like it, or whatever. I take another experimental bite to see if she'd object. And she doesn't. Her eye keeps following me, though turning slightly under the lid when the girl sits in silence. Did I do something wrong? Did I give a wrong answer? Not to sound rude or anything, but why exactly did you ask me that? Her lips stretch into a coy smile.
That's an interesting answer. Protocol.
I put down my sandwich and swallow, waiting for her to elaborate, but she doesn't say anything more. I'm not sure I understand. You'd have to forgive me. The truth is, I'm really new here. Like, I only arrived last night. This is my first day around. I don't really know how this works. She puts the back of her hand to her mouth to stifle a giggle. I think I can make out a flash of gauze on her wrist when her sleeve slips. I hope it was just my imagination.
Well, I wouldn't go so far to say I have to forgive you. But given your circumstances and seeing you haven't done anything wrong that I know, fine. I forgive you.
Gee, thanks. From her smile, you'd almost think she was going to answer, "You're welcome." Instead, her expression softens. When she next speaks, so does her tone.
I know I might not feel that way right now, but all of us have been in your place at one time or another. I know that I've been, at least.
She turns her head to glance towards both sides of the empty hallway.
So, all of us, as far as I'm aware. I hope that you'll realize that.
I do. Thanks, but it really doesn't make it feel any better. It didn't the last time I was told that either. The girl nods matter-of-factly.
It almost never does. Still, there's a reason they keep drumming it into you, even if it's obnoxious, or if sometimes it feels like a slogan. It is simply a true statement. I think there's a value in that, whether or not it makes you feel better.
I don't know if I'm meant to respond. I'm not sure what I would say.
Are you not comfortable eating with others?
It sounds stupid when you say it like that.
Does it? I apologize, Sin. I didn't mean for it to sound that way. I think it's an understandable sentiment. Take that for what it's worth.
Maybe it is. I know it's just a matter of time or whatever. It's just... Look, I'm just kind of tired today. I woke up a bit earlier than I'm used to, and now it's like that morning daze just won't pass.
The next time that happens, try going for a walk. It might help you get your blood pumping. That's what I do when I wake up too early.
Okay. Thanks, I guess. I'm torn between looking back at her and looking away. Just as I make up my mind to pathetically gaze at my sandwich, she talks.
But what am I doing? It's not every day that you meet a new student.
With a long, graceful step, she stands in front of me.
My name is Katya Boehm from Mr. Rosenstein's class. You can call me Katja, if you like. I'm originally from Linz, Austria, though I've been living in Vienna for the past few years now. I'm sure that you've already been given the customary tour, but nonetheless, allow me the honor of welcoming you to our school. I hope your time here will be pleasant and beneficial.
She adds a little flourish of her hand and a bow. And by now, I honestly can't tell if she's serious. Her smile looks like something from a poster. Even an inscrutable. Teasing? Humorous? I don't know what to make of it, but maybe I'm not meant to make anything of it at all. This is just Katya's thing. Her peculiar way of being polite. She sits back down like nothing's happened. Well, thanks. My name's Erik Wilhelm, and, I guess you can call me Erik. I'm not sure why she added that part, but whether that's just standard protocol or Katya's own idea of manners, I don't see a reason to not follow. I'm from Miss Clays's class, and I'm originally from Basel, Switzerland.
I think you
Holy
called it,
shit, I
dude.
was right. Yeah,
Ha
yeah. Holy
Nice.
shit. Switzerland. The city, not the canton. She nods carefully, looking far more interested than I would have thought anyone should be.
I thought that one was inside the other.
Well, yes, but not everyone knows that, and it can be confusing. Also, the second's technically called Baselstad, if you care about it.
Since you've cared to tell me, I care to know. I do admire specificity.
When I don't respond, she straightens up in her chair and inclines her head.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Erik.
I thank her, and then the air grows silent. Neither of us says a word in our specificity. Just for the record, I don't normally eat vending machine sandwiches either.
I never would have thought to imply that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's disgusting or anything, it's just sort of bland, right?
That is true. As you said yourself, though, there's a reason you've chosen to.
Because it's lunchtime and that's just what was here? Gotcha, Snickers.
Exactly. I can empathize with that choice.
Glad it's not just me. By the way, can I ask you something?
Certainly.
Why that last part of the introduction? With the cities and countries and all that? It sounds like something formal. Do they just do that in Austria in general, or just here?
Once again, protocol. This is, as you may have already noticed, a rather multinational institution. There are students from all over Europe, and even a few from outside it. Knowing where someone came from can be helpful in gauging how to approach them. Specifically, it often means knowing what languages they might speak. English is the most common teaching language, so it tends to be defaulted to unless there's a shared one. But since so few students come from the Anglosphere, this means that more often than not, both sides are made equally uncomfortable. I'd like to believe neither wants that. I'm assuming you speak native German? I know I'd be more comfortable if I were speaking my native language.
I nod, vaguely aware that the sandwich in my hand is still not even half eaten. Yeah, Baselstad's right across the Rhine from Germany, so that's what we speak. Is it unusual?
Ganz und gar nicht.
I sit dumbfounded for what feels like far too long, while my brain switches gears back to German.
There's the sound of a signal indicator from a car.
Yeah. There's also probably a German guy going, ah! No.
That was terrible, Terry.
No, dude. In my experience, most Germans, like, if you make any attempt to speak their language, there's like, yeah, what's good?
Ah, it's good.
English.
Oh, that was very nice of you. Now, let's go speak English, yeah?
Yeah, let's just speak English so I can actually understand you. Either Katya hasn't noticed or she doesn't mind. Her German is as rapid and precise as her English.
Most students are still from around Austria, and those that aren't do tend to speak German, with the exception of a significant French minority. As I said, though, it can lead to trouble on those cases they're not.
Sounds simple enough. I should probably remember that for the next time I run into someone. Hey, it's not all bad, right? Encouraging a little multilingualism. Lingualism?
Multilingualism, yes.
Yes, encouraging a little
Oh.
multilingualism. In that, and all that.
That does make you sound very Swiss.
No, I'm serious. They say there are proven benefits in child development. I think. She rests back in her seat with an intrigued expression.
You know, I think I've heard that before.
It's pretty popular parenting advice. I've seen it a lot. She doesn't respond, and I'm left to finish my sandwich. You still haven't explained that part of the protocol where you ask me about the sandwich.
Well, you could call it a precaution for when approaching newly met students.
A precaution? Against what? Offering the wrong sort of appetizer? She smirks, but doesn't laugh.
To be honest, the question itself doesn't matter much. It's the way it's answered that does.
Meaning?
Whether there's a reply and how clear it is, whether it makes sense, whether it's stammered or mumbled, or implies offense. It's a crude instrument, but it can be invaluable in gauging if and how to proceed when talking to someone new.
Wait. So if I'd answer more slowly or not to the point, or if I didn't, you would have known to keep talking. You would have known to keep talking to me in little words?
No, that would have been reckless of me. However, given my personal experience, I would have been able to make a better informed guess. If I had guessed wrong, I could have apologized.
Sounds like a small comfort. If you made that kind of wrong assumption about someone,
But worse than assuming that they think and talk just like yourself, and behaving on that, potentially saying something that hurts them, using figures of speech that they won't understand, pushing them to talk when they don't even want to. Not everyone can be approached the same way. Some students don't get metaphors, others are not always in the mood to talk, or never want to talk about something that seems natural to you. Some don't want to be talked to at all.
I know thoughtfully and think about that one kid I met.
At bank camp.
Yeah, I talked about waking up late and getting to class late, and he just said, "A stone is thrown into a lake. It splashes." And then he walked away. I don't know. I'm Swiss. I don't know that shit.
He's
I know
quite
thoughtfully.
observant. That's why he could tell me that.
Yes. But what happens with a rock that's thrown into a river?
It splashes.
Yeah, splashes. That's a Japanese idiom, by the way, everyone.
Mm.
Why the sandwich thing, then? If the question itself doesn't matter, why not just ask how I'm doing? Or something about the weather?
It was the first one that came to mind. Optimally, the question needs to be unexpected and not have an objective answer, since those are easier to answer even if the student is otherwise not receptive to conversation. From there, it's simply a matter of prodding and probing and coming to conclusions as you go. You'll probably get used to it all after a while.
She studies me carefully while I ponder her words. I can get what she's saying from a, well, clinical viewpoint. Assuming she does have enough experience to tell, it can certainly be useful if she wants to avoid making social blunders. In a school like St. Dympha's, it's probably probably a crucial skill to learn. I make a note to maybe give it a try myself. The first warning bell pulls me back to reality. From the way it makes Katja get up and turn to look at her watch, I'm assuming it's the same for her.
Don't you have classes to attend?
Yeah, don't you? She nods, getting up while I push myself off the bench, trying to keep the weight off my bad leg. This would be a terrible time to trip like an idiot. See you around, or something.
Likewise, I enjoyed our conversation.
I turn away and towards what I hope are the classes, leaving Katja behind with the vending machine. Alright.
Alright.
Well, everyone, it has been fun. We will catch you all later.
That's right. Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, we will catch you in the next route. Bye!
Bye, everyone.